Daniel left a birthday party at 9:15 on a Friday, and for the next 11 days, nobody heard from him. He didn't block anyone. He didn't announce a break. He went to work. He watered his plants. He answered exactly one email. And every other thread of his life went dark at once, like a man walking through a house, turning off the lights room by room. His sister figured he was busy. His friends figured he was with his sister. And Daniel, alone in his apartment, felt something he hadn't felt in weeks: relief. But that's not the strange part. The strange part is that Daniel wasn't sad. He wasn't punishing anyone. If you had asked him why he vanished, he couldn't have told you, because the decision was never made in words. It was made somewhere older than words. You know someone like this. Maybe you're waiting on one right now. So answer honestly. When they go quiet, do you worry? Or do you already know they'll surface when they're ready? Here's what almost nobody understands about people who disappear. There are two kinds, and from the outside they look identical, but there's a way to tell them apart, and once you see it, you can read it in a single unanswered message. Picture Daniel at 9 years old. He learns, in a house we don't need to describe, that needing something out loud makes things worse, so he gets good, unusually good, at not needing. Attachment researchers have a name for what that boy grows into. Mikulinsa and Shaver called them deactivating strategies, the learned reflex of suppressing your own needs and pulling away, exactly when you're under the most stress. Most people reach outward when they're drowning. A deactivator does the opposite. The more he needs you, the further he moves. And before you file that under coldness, it isn't. It was never a lack of love. It's a skill, one he was forced to get good at very young, back when it was the only move that worked. And it gets quieter than that. You've heard of fight or flight. That's one end of the threat spectrum, the loud end. But the spectrum has a flaw. When the nervous system decides that fighting is pointless and running is impossible, it does the one thing left. It shuts down. Heart rate drops. The voice flattens. The world moves behind glass. Researchers call it hypoarousal, the shutdown response. And it is the body's bluntest form of nervous system regulation. Not a choice, a circuit breaker. So look again at the person who vanishes on you. What if it was never a message aimed at you? What if it was a breaker tripping in the dark? Picture Daniel on day 6. He isn't scheming. He isn't composing apologies. He's watching the same show for the 4th time. And for the first time all month, his shoulders are down. The silence isn't the wound. The silence is the tourniquet. By day 11, something loosens. He texts his sister first and steps back into his life like nothing happened. Because for him, nothing did. The disappearance wasn't an event. It was maintenance. Now meet the other kind. There was a friend Maya had known for 9 years. He disappeared too. Same silence, same days of nothing. But his silence had a shape to it. He vanished right after disagreements. He resurfaced exactly when she stopped reaching out, never a day before. And when he came back, he didn't come back softer. He came back watching her face, measuring what his absence had done. That's not a breaker tripping. That's a hand on the switch. Because this is the real division inside people who disappear. It isn't introvert versus extrovert. It isn't strong versus weak. It's this: disappearing to recover versus disappearing to control. The first one vanishes to regulate and returns with more of themselves. The second one vanishes to be felt. The absence is the message. It punishes. It tests. It teaches you what losing them would cost. So here's the only question worth asking when someone comes back from the silence. Did they return to you? Or did they return to check the damage? One came home. The other ran an experiment. And the cruelest part is that the second kind often learned it the same way the first did, in a house where needing out loud made things worse. Same wound, 2 different weapons made from it. And if you're the one who disappears, you already know which one you are. You knew before this sentence ended. Disappearing was never really about leaving. It's about what the silence is for. Maya still has both of them in her life. When the first one goes quiet, she leaves the porch light on and waits. When the second one goes quiet, she's learned to feel the pull of the experiment and to stop performing for it. She doesn't chase. She doesn't count the days. Because the people who disappear to recover always come back on their own. And the ones who disappear to control only come back when you flinch.